apologize for being late. I had an issue with logging in. I was going in via what was apparently the wrong username. So I'm going to try to make some quick changes here to my name. First of all, let's see if we can do that. And then get the presentation up and running as well. So I'm going to edit my name here from Philly Tech Entrepreneurs. Great. Okay. And then I'm going to share my screen as well. Okay. I'm going to share that. And we are live. So I think we are good to go. All right. Let us bring in my screen and get started with the presentation. This is part of the monthly marketing series that we do at Philly Tech Entrepreneurs. Every month we take a new topic around growth marketing, whatever it may be, and we do a 20-30 minute presentation about it. We have done things around content creation, keyword research, and today we're talking about backlinks. If you'd like to know a little bit more about myself, my name is Dave. I am the organizer of Philly Tech Entrepreneurs. I'm also an entrepreneur living in Philadelphia. I run a marketing agency called Shortlist. I have over 10 years experience digital marketing, and that is why I'm sort of qualified to talk about the topics that we discuss in these monthly webinars. PTE, Philly Tech Entrepreneurs, is a free community on Slack and Meetup. We do monthly networking events. We do educational series, podcasting, webinars, in-person panels. We do all different types of stuff. So if you're in the Philly area, you're looking to get connected with some cool, interesting people, this is where you should go. But today we're going to be talking about backlinks and why they matter. Backlinks has always been a kind of hot topic, but even more so recently with some of the Google algorithm leaks that we've seen, about, what is important to rank. And it is 100% clear that link building is a part of the algorithm that determines what sites rank for certain keywords. So let's first talk about what a backlink is and why they're important. Backlinks are incoming links from another website to another. Basically, imagine the internet as a network. Sites are linking to each other, and the more sites you have linking to you, generally speaking, that gives your site more authority and signals to Google that your site should rank higher for its content. We're going to discuss the ins and outs and nuances of these links because not all links are created equal, but they are important because Google uses these backlinks as a major ranking factor. They are important for your site's authority, and they can also send referral traffic, right? We've all been on a site. We've seen a hyperlink. We've thought that seemed interesting. We've clicked over. That's referral traffic. But as I mentioned, not all backlinks are good backlinks. It is not just about trying to establish the most quantity of backlinks. If the site that is linking to you is not quality relevant, using the proper anchor text and also adding or a follow attribute, or at least not adding the no follow attribute, it is not going to be given the same weight as others. As part of the Google leak, I think one of the aspects that we learned was also the importance of the actual traffic that the site is getting, the site page that is linking to you. This is important because there are a lot of sites on the web that have low authority, have low traffic, and getting a link from them is not really going to benefit you in the same way. So it is important to kind of understand the difference. What we have here on this page is an example of an article about our automobile manufacturers using 3D printing. Within that article, there's a link for the keyword or anchor text, whatever you want to call it, 3D printing. That link is pointing to another website. Presumably, in this case, it would be your website if you were running a 3D printing business. That is basically this site linking to you. And there is some metrics around this referrer page and the website that it's on that we have highlighted below, such as domain rating being a 66, such as the traffic that the website gets, around 81,000 visitors per month. All those metrics are basically qualifying the source of the link and helping Google determine, how much they should factor this into the equation of whether or not this is helpful to your backlink profile. So as I mentioned, there are good versus bad backlinks. How do you know what is good versus bad? Well, it is obviously a space that, let's face it, most people don't, have a great understanding of what backlinks are. It's kind of a niche, business within the SEO space. And unless you've really kind of spent some time to read and learn and work in that space, you may not really know. And obviously there are aspects of Google's algorithm that even with a leaked document, we don't know. And therefore we cannot, ascertain exactly, how to qualify every single backlink, but there are guidelines. Okay. Generally speaking, some of the things that we look at to determine good versus bad is going to come down to the domain score of the website. There are different metrics such as domain authority, such as domain rating. These are metrics that come from prominent tools in the SEO space like Ahrefs and Moz that basically kind of determine how strong this website is based on who's linking to that website, right? It's all, it's kind of this recursive kind of situation. The higher that score, the stronger the site, the more, we'll call it, juice it has to pass to you. Another thing is going to be how relevant it is, okay? If you run a 3D printing business and you're linked from a site about manufacturing and 3D printing, that's going to be beneficial. But if you're linked from a sporting website or a fitness website or something like that, it may not really be that useful for you at all. It's just not really that relevant. The referral traffic isn't going to be relevant, and then just generally speaking, it just doesn't really give you the relevance in your backlink profile that you're looking for. Traffic is another one. Is the site that you're being linked from well trafficked or low? Does the link on the page that you're linked from, are there many links? The number of links. If there's too many links on a page, it looks kind of spammy, and kind of the general juice that's passed from that page is diluted and distributed across too many links, and that weakens yours. And so all of those factors, and more, honestly, contribute to a good versus bad backlink. And it can be like kind of a little tricky sometimes to understand, but I will say, you after you've seen a few of these, you get an idea of what is kind of a spammy site. Does the site look like high quality? Does it look like it has a good user experience? Does it look like other people are naturally, organically visiting this site? Does the article that you're written in, does it seem relevant? Is it well written? All of those things are basically what we use to ascertain, the quality of the link. So if we have an understanding of good versus bad backlinks, a typical question is, how many do you need? Okay, how many do I need to sort of grow? If you're not out there proactively getting backlinks, it's possible that you are organically getting linked to. It's just the natural way of the web that as you create content, as you're active on social media, maybe you're guest posting, maybe you're writing in forums, maybe you're answering questions on Quora, maybe you're listing your website in a directory, like all these different things will lead to some degree of backlinks in whether you knew it or not. If you've got a website, you've got a business, you probably have some backlinks to it, but it may not be enough for what you need. It all depends on how competitive the keywords are that you're targeting, how important, how fast you're trying to grow. All these different things are going to, factor into, how many you quote unquote need. There is really no magic number. There are estimations that can be provided by specialists that they can say, oh, you're trying to target this keyword. It has this difficulty. You're currently ranking on page 3. We believe with 5 backlinks per month, you'll get there in 3 to 4 months. There is some degree of experience and intuition that a specialist can bring to the table and have that conversation with you. They can tell from what they've seen from past clients that look similar to you. However, there really is no magic number. And we have had clients, for example, at Shortlist where we recommended a couple of backlinks per month. But we've also had clients that had a much more aggressive approach to SEO. They wanted 30, 40 plus backlinks per month. It really all kind of depends. But I will say that it often is not so many. More often than not, we are proposing something closer to 5 to 10 backlinks a month than 30 or 40. That's definitely not the norm. And more often than not, unless you're really kind of targeting some very difficult keywords, if you just kind of are getting a handful a month at some good quality with some good relevance, you're going to see progress. What are the ways in which you get backlinks? There are so many. I already referenced a couple of them, but you'll literally, if you run any type of search for link building tactics or anything like that, you will find hundreds of articles with hundreds of tactics on how to go about getting links. To a degree, you have to kind of understand what suits your kind of marketing strategy. Here are a couple ways that people typically go and get backlinks. So, for example, content creation. Something has to be linked to on your website. Maybe it's a homepage, maybe it's a service page, but more often than not, it's like a blog post. Those are the most common things that get linked to because people often reference content. So if you're creating content, that's a way to basically, be linked to. Guest blogging is writing content on someone else's website. Very common, very stable tactic for generating backlinks. You approach a publication in your space, you offer to contribute content, and as part of that, you're usually able to either include a link within the guest post or you'll get like an author byline. Either of those will basically be getting you a backlink. Broken link building is a tactic where you search for links that are no longer active on the web and you propose your active website to be replaced. Why would someone do this? Well, generally speaking, you want to remove the broken links on your site because it's a bad user experience. So people may be open to replacing their broken link with yours. Social media, just sharing your content on different social media can create some links and also just get it seen by more people, which in turn may create some backlinks. And partnerships, collaborations, influencers, things like that. These are very high level, general ways to kind of generate backlinks. But as I said, if you're not actively trying to get backlinks, you may organically be getting them whether you know it or not, but that may not necessarily be a rate or speed that suits your goals. And you may find that you need to more proactively go out and get backlinks. So this is kind of what some of the backlink sources might look like. As I mentioned, article is written and then a hyperlink is done. And so we call these like contextual backlinks because they are in content and they are utilizing anchor text or keywords that are signaling to Google, what you should be ranking for. We've got a couple examples here of something like a guest post or writing on Quora or things like that. It's kind of generally what it looks like, but it's not what they all look like, right? Sometimes you have a directory or a business listing where the backlink is maybe just going to be the name of your website hyperlinked, right? We call that like a brand named backlink. It's utilizing your brand name or your website. So all that being said, that is sort of a quick overview of link building. If you have questions, I'd be happy to answer them now. If you ever want to talk about SEO or link building or anything like that, I'm happy to talk with this at Shortlist. We have great options for early businesses that help you kind of get off on the right foot with SEO. So for example, like keyword, coming up with those keywords that you should be targeting, how to create, your content calendar, and then getting you a couple backlinks per month just to get the ball rolling. But if there are any questions, I can answer them in the chat now. Otherwise, I appreciate everybody who kind of tuned in on LinkedIn, YouTube, Restream to just learn a little bit about backlinks. We will be publishing this webinar on phillytechentrepreneurs.com in the next week. We publish all our webinars. We include the presentation and we include a transcript of what was said. Great. I again appreciate everybody's hopping on today. Thank you again for your time. Hope to see you at an upcoming event. We have a happy hour later this month on July 30th. We also have an SEO themed panel out in South Jersey on July 25th. And always going to be more things coming up in August and beyond. Thank you.